I've mentioned it a bunch already, but it is currently turkey season. And I'm going to say that again, one, because we're going to look at some turkey sign here in a minute, and two, because if you're going out in the woods in the morning, I really suggest wearing orange. Turkey hunting is all about stealth. Turkey hunters do not wear orange, and so you don't want to surprise the turkey hunter. Turkey hunting ends at noon every day, though. So if you're going out for a walk in the afternoon, you're not going to run into turkey hunters. That's especially important if you're on public land. If you're on private land and you know who's out there, it shouldn't be as big of a concern, but I actually ran into somebody on private land the other day turkey hunting, and I didn't know they had permission. We both had permission and didn't know the other one was going to be there. So be safe in the woods during hunting season. The turkey sign we're going to look at right now is from a behavior called dusting. And so on either side of me, we have two dusting areas. What's happening is the turkeys are maintaining their feathers. This is a flock activity. So a group of turkeys that travels together will dust together. They'll come in here, scratch up the dirt a lot more than if they were just feeding, and then they'll roll in it, tumble around, and that dust helps maintain their feathers so they don't get greasy, and then they'll preen their feathers with their beak and just take their beak along their feathers to kind of smooth them out. So let's come in and take a little bit of a closer look at one of these dusting areas. So when you look at these dusting areas, I said they're way more tore up than just when the turkeys are scratching to find food. And when I dig in here, there's just tons and tons of loose dirt, and this is actually a noticeable depression. So they've actually been using this dusting site for probably 15 years. When I started turkey hunting, these depressions were here, and year after year they've been coming back to this dusting site. That might not always be the case, but if you're out in the woods, you see a depression, kind of like the size of home plate, maybe a little bit bigger, look for some turkey feathers. Maybe you found a dusting area. Come on in here. We actually have some turkey feathers. I got it all dirty. But you'll find all different sorts of feathers. We have little tiny under feathers, but we also have some of the larger feathers. So really neat. Keep your eyes open as you're out in the woods. We are in a path in the woods, and here we have what's called the spring beauty. It's evening, so they're starting to close up, but they're a really cool wildflower that you might not see unless you're paying attention. And they're only seen in the spring. The spring beauty here, as well as the trout lily and many other early wildflowers, they grow in the woods, and normally you think of wildflowers in the field. Well, these wildflowers have adapted because right now there's no leaves on the trees, so the woods floor is full of sun. This spring beauty, as well as the trout lily that we've talked about and other wildflowers, will flower, fruit, and drop their seeds before the trees leaf out, allowing them to live in woods that are usually shaded. So let's come on in and take a look. Okay, here's an up-close shot of the spring beauty, and it's absolutely gorgeous. You'll notice the pink lines, and it actually has a faint pink hue. There's some smaller ones right at the bottom of your screen. You can see they're closing. These guys are usually around 3 inches tall, sometimes 6 inches tall, and they're all along the woodland floor. So keep your eye out for this beautiful native wildflower, the spring beauty.